So tonight or today's class, whenever you watch this as well on the replay, is going to be a restorative yoga class. And specifically, we're going to be working on sort of relaxing and releasing the lower part of the body. And so you're going to be wanting to have plenty of pillows. You're going to be wanting to have a yoga strap or a belt or a scarf. And with that, we are going to begin. So we're going to begin lying on our back, coming into our corpse pose. So just letting the toes roll out as the heels gently roll in, feet as wide as feels comfortable. And take a moment to just bring the shoulder blades down the back so you feel a nice lift through the front of the chest, letting the arms just lay out to the sides with the palms facing up. And just taking a moment to make any little micro adjustments to where you can feel the body relax just a little bit more. Begin to feel this connection with your mat, the support of the ground. And with every exhale, feeling yourself relax and release into the earth just a little bit more. Eyes can be softly open, or maybe you want to close them. Beginning to notice your surroundings. Any sounds, the sound of my voice, any sounds from the room you're in, and letting the ears strain even further out to the house, maybe beyond the house. Noticing now any smells, from the room, maybe coming from nearby. Noticing any sensations on the skin. The touch of your clothes. The body parts that are connecting with the earth. Maybe if you have the heat or the AC on. Noticing now any sensations within the mouth, any tastes. Noticing the feel of the saliva within the mouth. Maybe taking a moment to swallow and just noticing how that feels. And taking the awareness now to the breath at the tip of the nose. Feeling cool air come in with the inhales. Warm air going out with the exhales. just following the natural ebb and flow of your breath for a few moments. And with the next inhale, we're going to breathe the breath down into the belly. So feeling the belly expanding front to back, side to side. And exhaling, letting the belly soften and fall. Inhale, moving the breath deep down into the belly, letting it expand. Front, back, side to side expansion. And exhale, letting the belly soften. Release. Just taking a few more breaths deep into the belly, following your pace in this moment. And after the next exhale, you can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe opening the eyes here. And we're going to reach for our strap or belt. So we're going to move the feet inwards. And we're going to keep the left leg nice and long. So we're going to actually flex those left toes back. So we feel the left calf and the back of the thigh grounding into the mat. We're going to bend that right leg up and wrap the strap around the ball of the foot. And so maybe our foot might be quite forward. If we need to keep a bend in the leg as well, that is okay. And we want to keep the shoulders relaxed on the mat. We don't want to be reaching up and straining. So with restorative yoga, there isn't a lot of doing. It's the art of not doing and sort of getting yourselves into these positions where the body is supporting itself either by the body or using yoga props. And through this relaxation, the body slowly opens up over time, releasing tension, maybe some stored up emotions. And this is the practice. So we're going to be holding all of the poses quite for some time. And so with the right foot, think of extending that heel. So as if we're sort of kicking out through the heel, the toes will gently be flexed back, but as I said, it's not as if we're pulling them back. We don't want to feel too much doing in this. And we're just going to begin. You can close the eyes as well if you like, and breathing into sort of this back hamstring, the back side of the right leg. Checking in again with the left leg, that it is trying to ground onto the mat. Letting those left toes be up towards the ceiling so the thigh isn't rolling out. And we're just going to be holding here. And you can use the breath to breathe, maybe to where you feel some tightness and tenderness, moving the breath there with awareness. And using the exhales to soften And relax and release a little bit more. You might find that over time you may be able to bring that right leg a little bit closer to you. But once again, let this opening happen naturally. Don't force it. Using nice long breaths to connect with the sensations. Using the exhales to relax and release just a little bit more. And after the next exhale, we're going to move both sides of the strap into the right hand. And we're going to let that left hand fall out to the side, right out from the shoulder with the palm facing up. And slow and controlled, we're going to begin to lower that right leg out to the right side. Once you feel that left hip lifting up, you're going to want to back off. So we want to keep this left hip and the left thigh grounded into the mat. So just going as far as the body allows, letting the right toes coming back towards yourself. Once again, think of extending out through that right heel, and we begin to feel the sensations moving into the inner right thigh. And once again, trying to keep both of the shoulders on the mat. And letting gravity work with us to slowly pull the leg just a bit closer to the earth as the right inner thigh begins to relax and soften. Once again, feel free if you'd like to close the eyes. Moving the breath with awareness to wherever you feel the sensations. Using the exhales to relax and release just a little bit more. Checking in with the body, seeing if you're holding any tightness or tension. And if you do, just noticing if you can relax and release just a little bit more. One more breath here. And then with the next inhale, we're going to bring that right leg back up towards the ceiling. Taking a moment to pause. Now we're going to switch hands. So now the left hand is going to come up and grab both of the straps, and the right arm will fall out to the side, palm facing up. And slowly we're going to begin to bring that right leg over to the left, and maybe you begin to roll over towards the left hip. Once again, trying to extend out through that right heel. Trying to keep the right shoulder down on the mat. feeling the sensations as I now move towards the outer edge of the right thigh. Closing the eyes if that feels good for you. And just noticing, how are the facial muscles? Are you gripping maybe in the jaw or through the forehead? If you notice anything, just take a moment to relax with the next exhale. With every breath, exploring the body, exploring the sensations. Taking one more breath here. And then with the next inhale, lifting that right foot back up to center. Separating our strap again, so holding one strap in with the left and one with the right. We're just going to do a couple breaths again in our starting pose. So realigning the leg, letting the heel fall over the hip joint. Feeling the hip realign back into the socket. Taking one more breath. And then we're going to release the strap and slowly lower that right leg. Now the right leg might feel a little bit longer than the left. It probably is. We're going to even ourselves out. So now bending that left leg, bringing the strap around the ball of the foot. Once again, just check in with that right leg, that the toes are sort of flexed up to keep that leg in alignment. And then as well, you'll probably notice this side might be feeling a little tight compared to the last as we just finished. So if we need to keep a slight bend in the knee, that is fine. If the leg's a little bit further out, that is 100% okay. Just finding our sort of sweet spot to begin with. Letting the shoulders relax into the ground. Letting the back of the head relax into the ground. The back of the right leg. And then moving the breath and awareness to the back side of the left leg. Back through the hamstring. Noticing where we're feeling any tightness or tenderness. Taking the inhales to that part of the body. And using our exhales to relax and release. And as we begin to release and create space within the body, maybe it allows us to go a little bit deeper within the pose. We're going to be holding here for a few breaths. So maybe if you'd like, you can close your eyes. Just following the sensations. One more breath here. And now we'll move both sides of the strap into the left hand and let that right arm drop out to the side, palm facing up. And slowly begin to let that left foot fall out towards the left. Only as far until we feel that right hip starting to want to lift up. If it lifts up, you've gone too far, back off a little. Use that outer right arm to help balance. Keep that right shoulder down on the ground. Keeping those left toes coming back towards the head, towards the face. And trying to keep the back of the right leg connected with the earth as much as you can. Noticing where the sensations have moved to within the leg now in this position. Taking the inhales to where you feel any tightness and tenderness. See the breath swirling around and just wisping away the tension with the exhales. Using the power of the breath to open the body, relax the body, and quiet the mind. Taking one more breath here. And with the next inhale, bringing that leg back up through center. We're going to bring that right hand now to grab onto both sides of the straps and let that left hand fall out to the side. And then slowly begin to lower the left leg over to the right. Maybe you begin to roll a little bit onto the right side, the right hip. Feeling the sensations move into the outer part of the left leg. Once again, trying to extend out through the heel, toes coming back. Noticing the sensations, sitting with the sensations, not judging them, good, bad. Just noticing them for what they are. Using the breath to breathe into any spots you feel holding tightness, tension. And using the power of the exhales to relax and release just a bit more. Maybe closing the eyes here if that feels good. Taking one more breath. And then with the next inhale, bringing that left leg back up to center. Separating our straps so we have one in both hands. Just taking another couple of breaths here in our starting position. So realigning, bringing that heel. Trying to align ourselves over the hip joint, seeing if we can feel ourselves plug the hip back into the socket. If we need to bend a little bit through the back of the knee to do this, that is fine. Or if we need to extend the leg out a little bit, that is okay too. So holding here, one more breath. And then we're going to release the strap and let that left leg slowly come down. Excellent. And then from here, we're slowly going to bend the feet. So both knees are up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to roll over onto the left side. And we're going to grab one of our pillows and just let that pillow sort of rest in between the thighs. And you can either let the head rest on the arm, or you can let the head maybe rest on another pillow. And what we want here is we really want to stack that right hip right on top of the left. And use this pillow to support the inner thighs. And with the top right hand, you can just let it rest on the thigh. You can let it come down in front of you, just wherever feels comfortable. And closing the eyes. And just finding stillness in this pose for a few breaths. And after the next exhale, we are slowly going to switch directions. So we'll remove the pillow and bring that around to the back. As we lift the knees back up, realign the hips, finding our balance, finding the alignment, both hips and shoulders square. And then from there, we'll lift the right arm up to roll over onto the right side and placing that pillow in between the left thighs. And once again, you can rest the head on the right arm or on a pillow and just let the left arm maybe cradle to the front side or let it rest on the hip. Taking a moment for any last adjustments before settling into stillness and relaxing 1% more into the pose. And after the next exhale, we'll remove the pillow from the thighs. And we're going to roll and come onto our bellies. And we're going to bend the right leg up. So we're aiming to have the knee in alignment with the hip, but if that's too intense, the knee might be down. And you're going to let the right heel be under the knee. So this is supported frog pose. So your legs will kind of look like, I don't know, I want to say a 4, but that's not really a 4. I guess your body kind of looks like a 4. But so with the right leg, just notice where it's comfortable for you to keep that knee. And then we can have your pillow, if you'd like to prop up a little bit on the belly. You can bring that pillow under the belly and rest the left ear down. And the arms can frame the pillow. They can be down at the sides. Whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. And once again, just letting the body relax and release a little bit more into the earth. Letting gravity do its work. Opening through the hip, opening the pelvis. Noticing if you're clenching in any spots within the glutes, the thighs. And just taking a moment with the next exhale to relax and release a little bit more. And after the next exhale, gently lifting the face and slowly lengthen that right leg straight. Just slowly wiggle the hips sort of into the earth. Take a moment to just wiggle back and forth. And now we'll let that right leg be nice and long as we begin to bend the left knee up. Eventually, maybe the left knee will come in line with the hip and keeping the left ankle down underneath the knee. So making a 90-degree angle, let's say, eventually. If the left knee needs to be down and it's not in alignment with the hip, that is 100% okay. Listen to your body. Find the spot that works for you today in this moment. And then let the other ear rest down onto the pillow, letting the hands and arms fall to wherever feels comfortable. Using the next few breaths to make any minor adjustments to let the body relax and release and find stillness within the pose. And after the next exhale, begin to gently press to lift the chest and lengthen that left leg back straight with the right and wiggle the hips into the ground. Good. Now just roll on to whatever side is comfortable. And we're slowly going to push ourselves up to hands and knees. And we're going to do supported child's pose. So here, knees are going to be wide, toes are going to be together. And if we can't sit the hips back on the heels, what we can do is take some extra pillows and put them on top of the calf to support the hips. And then we're gonna stack our pillows in front to rest and lay the body. Otherwise, if the hips can come towards the heels, we can let the hips down on the heels and we pull the pillows in, and same thing. We will just drape ourselves down over the pillows in our supported child's pose. And choose whichever way. You can let the left ear or the right ear come down. We will change positions of the neck halfway through. So just let the left ear, right ear come down. And the arms can frame the pillow. They can be reaching out forwards. They can wrap around the thighs. Finding whatever works best for you. Taking a couple more breaths to notice if you're holding any tightness or tension. Using the next few exhales to relax and release just a bit more into the pose. Just taking a moment to gently turn the other ear to the pillow and then rest the body back down for a few more moments. And with the next breath, slowly begin to ground down through the hands, lifting the body up. And we will slowly bring our legs out in front of us. And stack our pillows on top of the thighs. So this time we're going to just do a forward fold over our pillows. So you can let there be a gentle bend in the knees. If hamstrings are really tight, you can also place like a rolled up blanket or an extra pillow, something under there for some support. If you have a bolster, if that feels good. If hamstrings are fairly open, no need. And you can just stack however many pillows up as you want. And then we're just going to lay and rest on top of the pillows. So my hamstring. That's actually a little too much. And so once again, just feeling this support. Feeling this connection with the ground. And letting gravity with every exhale. Pulling yourself down just a little bit more. And with the next breath, slowly lifting the body up. And we're going to make our way over towards a wall. 4 feet or legs up the wall. So to come into this pose, you're going to try to get one of your hips, doesn't matter left or right, as close to the wall as you can. And then from there, you're going to begin to lay back as you lengthen the legs up. And then you're going to sort of shimmy or sort of walk the hips and sit bones as close as you can to get to the wall. So you kind of have to shimmy a few times to get there. And then really just let the legs press into the wall. Let the legs be hip width apart. And just let the feet relax and let the arms fall out to the sides. You can maybe even cactus the arms, so making like a gold field or a goalpost with the arms. This will bring a little stretch and sensations through the upper arms and the chest. So just notice if that feels good. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to have the arms down by the sides, out to a T. Explore this range of motion and find kind of where your arms want to be. And once you find the perfect position for the arms, taking a moment, following the breath and using the exhales to relax and release the body just a bit more. Okay. And after the next exhale, we can bring the arms back down if they were maybe in a cactus or upward position. Just taking one more breath here. And to come out, we're going to bend both knees. Let the feet come onto the wall. From there, you can gently begin to press the body back. When you have enough space, you can just roll over onto the left or right side, whatever feels good. Maybe just letting yourself take a couple of breaths in this fetal position. And then with the eyes closed, just slowly push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Taking a moment to remove any flesh from beneath the sit bones, to really let the sit bones just ground down into the earth. Let the palms rest on the thighs. And begin to feel the spine lengthen towards the ceiling. And after the next exhale, just bringing the palms together in front of your heart space. And begin to rub the palms, feeling that heat, energy. Cupping the palms now over the eyes, blinking them open a few times. Running the hands up, over, along the head, the back of the head, the neck, the throat, shoulders, arms, chest, anywhere along the body. Just sending your healing, loving touch throughout. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.